Hey guys, this is your girl. Don't let the smile fool you coming at you. I wanted to talk to you more about the Texas versus Geiger trial. There were some things I found out about Amber that I really think you should know. There were two black females that was not mentioned. They didn't go to the Texas Rangers. They didn't go to the police department. They went to the family because they seen Amber Geiger pacing in front of his door, Botham's door, and they heard her. They was like a couple of levels down from her, but they was recording her, and they heard her say, "Let me in, let me in." So, if that door was ajar, then why would she be saying, "Let me in, let me in," if the door was open? So, see, there's a lot of things in this story, in her story, I just don't add up to me. And then there was this marijuana that was out there in the open, you know, as they said, 10 grams or something like that. Uh, Open on the counter, just open. And then the grinder just happened to be there as well. This guy that I'm hearing this stuff from in his video, he he seems to be very, very articulate about his discovery. And he was saying how his theory was that weed just happened to materialize in his apartment. And the grinder, that weed was in her bag. She was high, and she knew she was in the wrong dang apartment, and she shot him. So she set that whole thing up. She put the bag of weed out there on the counter, and she put that grinder out there. Just happened to be a grinder out there, okay? But happened to be a grinder out there in his apartment, okay? So the grinder was out there, and the little shells that she said she happened to shoot him when in the doorway, right? So the shells just happened to be in that doorway. Okay, but it's two different reports conflicting her story. One saying that she shot an unidentified male in the apartment. Okay, but they said then they try to say that she shot him, and when she was coming into the apartment, and he like confronted her or something like that. It's two conflicting stories that's out there. Okay, then they try to say that she wasn't interviewed yet, so they trying to make it seem like the person that interviewed or talked to her had put in or misunderstood her words or whatever. Anyway, it's a lot of holes in this story. And I strongly don't believe it. I never believed her when she came out, and said that cockamamie story. You know what I'm saying? I strongly believe that either she was high, like he said, like this other guy said, she was high because this weed just materialized, this big thing of weed just materialized in his apartment. Okay, and they try to make it seem like he was high, so he left the door open. No, that wasn't it. These were electronic doors. The only way you can get in, baby, is if you have the key to that particular door. Somebody in the apartment is let you in. They open the door and they sat back down, or you making them feel like they need to open the door, like you in distress. And that's what she did. She was like, "Let me in, let me in." And them two girls, unidentified girls, because they didn't let their identity be known, they went to the family, to let them know what they found out about her, what they seen her doing. But they heard her specifically say, "Let me in, let me in." And when he heard that, he probably thought she was in distress, his neighbor, you know what I'm saying? And he opened the door. And when he opened the door, they said when she said that, that's when they heard the shots. Yeah. This man had a red carpet rug in front of his door. There was no way for her to say that she thought that apartment was hers. She was lying, you guys. I strongly believe that from the jump that she was lying. She made that whole story up. And now she got 10 years, she's supposed to be sentenced to. There was no justice for this family at all. She took a life, so she should have had her life taken and spent life in that penitentiary. That's my thought, you guys. I want your opinion and what you think about this situation. It's really sad because there was even witnesses saying that they didn't hear her make these large commands that she said she made, yelling time out, put your hands up and this and that. She didn't even say nothing like that. But she tried to make it seem like she said that. That's why she shot him. That's what she's trying to get. They trying to get the defense was trying to get a manslaughter, or an accident to make it be lesser charge. But you can tell through the whole story that they was trying to cover their self with her. They was trying to cover her tail. But you guys, I strongly, strongly believe that she knew what she was doing. She was high. She was speeding in that dang garage because that other man seen her. She was high. She was sexting on the phone. She knew where she was. She knew that hallway was very, what I'm saying, his rug stood out. His mama put that rug there because she didn't want him to mistake his apartment for anybody else, because it was so, everybody's apartment looked at the same. So his rug stood out. So there was no, I strongly didn't believe her story at all. Then she gonna try to cry on the dang stand and make the jury, feel remorse for her. That didn't work either. So I understand Botham, excuse me guys, allergy. Botham's baby brother, how he felt. He felt bad for her because she made him feel like, oh, it was my mistake. It was my mistake. I was in the wrong apartment, and I thought I was in the right one. Well, he's a good man. He's growing up to be a good man, and he felt it was only right to give her a hug, and say he forgive her, because that's his faith. And we all taught, by God to forgive, our enemies, and forget. But this right here, she intentionally went into that apartment to kill him. This was not nothing that she tried to say she just accidentally. No, she went in there to intentionally kill him because she said she felt like he was a threat. She said that she heard something in the apartment and she felt like it was a threat. So she intended to seek it and kill it. So I really don't, like I said, I really don't believe what she said about it being an accident. I really don't, And then Joshua Brown, the witness that contradicted her story 3 times and said that he did not hear her raise her voice at all. He heard 2 voices like jumbled together, like surprising each other. That's what he heard. Then he heard the shots. About the same thing that the 2 females heard. I mean, they seen that she said, let me in. That they heard her say, let me in, let me in. But then they heard the shots. So it kind of like coincided with what Joshua Brown said, but he didn't understand what she was saying at first because he was like around the corner, so he didn't understand what they were saying. He said it kind of sounded jumbled, but he did understand the fact that it was like 2 voices that surprised each other. But people, this whole scene with him in his apartment getting shot, she talking about she shot him and he fell where he got shot at. That didn't make sense. And she saying she shot him and like she trying to say that he came towards her and she shot him. That's what she trying to say. Self-defense. That's what she tried to say. But anybody in their right mind hear that there's a commotion going on, whatever, and somebody trying to shoot you or whatever, they're gonna try to duck. They're gonna try to take cover, and that's probably what he did. But it was too late. She had already shot him. You know, it's sad that this day and age that police think that they can use this badge to do whatever and say whatever and think they can get away with it. Justice, they say justice is blind, but God is not. How about that? Okay? And what you reap here on earth, you will reap. It will come out. And if it's bad, what you reap here is bad, it's going to come out bad for you. So whatever you do to people being bad and call yourself trying to be the justice of the law, and that you're protecting the law, and you're doing what your job trained you to do, it's not working. It's not. Your actions is not lining up with what you have been taught. How about that? And then Joshua Brown, like 10 days later, he get assassinated. He actually gets assassinated. This man actually, gets shot 3 times. He got shot in the chest, he got shot in the back, and then he got shot in his mouth. That's assassination, people. Somebody killed him to shut him up. And it's found out later that he was supposed to be testifying for the family with this lawsuit, wrongful death lawsuit they got against the force. So they see that he was contradicting Amber in her trial about what she was saying. So they felt, we need to get rid of him, because if she gets sentenced, we gotta see if we can appeal that. And if she don't get life, then we're gonna try to appeal that. But if she gets sentenced and he's still living, then he can testify when they bring him back up when she do the appeal. And we don't need that. Then on top of that, we got this lawsuit against us from the family talking about wrongful death. They gonna use him as a witness. Oh, we gotta get rid of him. So what they do, they paid somebody. Yes, I believe they did. They paid somebody, 3 people, I believe, and killed that boy in his apartment. I strongly believe that. And then they try to pull up his criminal record. They try to pull up the marijuana that he's smoking, and they try to make it seem like it was a bad drug deal. Come on, people. Do you strongly believe that? I don't. I really don't. Something smells fishy. And if you can't smell it, like the girl on Real said, then you're not living. You're not breathing. Because it is something fishy going on with that Texas Police Department. Fort Worth, Texas Police Department. It's something going on with them. Very crooked. And then the chief of the department, he resigns because of something racist. Yeah, it's something going on. It really is. And then the Joshua Brown thing, happened. And then a little bit after that, just recently, just this past weekend, this woman gets shot in her house because this police officer, because of a well check now, this woman gets shot in her house. Okay, her mom's house. She's not doing nothing but playing Call of Duty with her nephew. And they opened up the door because it was the first freeze. So, they can feel this breeze. And these police officers walked past 2 doors that were open. And what they decide to do, they walk around to the back of the house. Walk around to the back of the house now. Get to the back of the house, get to that window, and then say, police, freeze. And the woman had raised up the shade. And right when she raised up the shade, they told me police freeze. Then they gonna shoot her. Okay? Now you tell me. Was that right? Was that right that he should do that? She trying to figure out who's in her backyard, who's in her mama's backyard, who's creeping back there. But what he do? That man shoot that woman dead. And her nephew, 8-year-old nephew, seen her get shot. Seen her fall and die. Now that little boy is going to be traumatized. He's stronger than people think, but at the end, we don't know just how much damage that has done to that little boy. You know, he's trying to be strong for his mother and for the adults around him, but that little boy is traumatized. And he's going to remember that for the rest of his life. That his auntie was gunned down by a police officer. You know, people, we need to pray and pray without cease, because there are evil forces that are really moving, and they're moving in multiple directions, and multiple people. Okay, we need to come together, and we need to stand strong and pray for these families that's losing these people unnecessarily. You know, this was a well check. Okay, the neighbor, I heard the 911 call. The man said that it's unusual that the two doors to the front of the house would be open that late at night, and he didn't see any movement. He hadn't seen any movement. Now her mother is sick. Her health is declining, so she's in the hospital. So he didn't know if she had came back and had another episode. He didn't know, but he did know she had failing health, and she was in the hospital back and forth. So he didn't know. So he was just concerned. He never said anything about he felt that they were in danger or anything like that. Get this, people. Why the police park around the corner? See, I looked at the press release from the attorney, and they got the same attorney that Botham Jean's family has. So they are on the right track on getting this, you know what I'm saying, getting some justice here with this attorney, you know. But he said, why would they be parked around the corner? Why would they park them around the corner to keep people from knowing that they out there, huh? If this is a well check, why would they do that? You know, and from what I hear him saying, I strongly believe it was discrimination, because they was going in a black neighborhood. They decided they wanted to make this situation totally different than what they usually would do in a wellness, you know, a wellness check. Okay, now if it's a white person, they wouldn't have did that. They came in with like tactical. Okay, they was whispering, you know, and sneaking around, creeping, you know. They wasn't letting their presence be known at all. Okay, why would they do that? Okay, that's what I don't understand. Hold on, people. Let me close my door because my dog is getting loud. But why would they do that? You know, why would they do that? You know, my guess, like I said, it's color is coming into play. I strongly believe that, and they making it known by their actions. Okay, he didn't have to do that, but he did. He shot that woman. You know, hey people, I want your opinion on what you think about this, because I strongly believe that the Fort Worth Police Department, like the attorney said, is very deadly. I strongly believe that they are using their badge to kill black people off, you know, and they making it seem like they self-defense, you know. And they pull up a gun. They try to say it was a gun in the house, this and that. what does that got to do with you coming to see if that person was well or not? In that house. So, that's just like the Botham Jean murder when they try to bring up the marijuana. It seems like everything that had to do with white police, killing black people unnecessarily, they want to bring up either a criminal record. If they don't have a criminal record, they want to bring up a drug usage or alcohol, some kind of crazy story to smear their name, to make them look good, to make the police department look good. This is their MO. This is what I figure and what I'm seeing. Like I said, their actions are not lining up with their words. Okay, and you supposed to be a trained police officer. You supposed to know not to be doing something like that. You supposed to come and be concerned about this person, not feel like that it's a threat happening. People, like I said, we all need to pray. We need to pray for. We need to pray for some peace, Lord. We need to pray for some peace, some clarity. We need to ask the Lord to protect us because, yeah, evil forces are out there and they're very strong. This is your girl. Don't let the smile fool you, coming at you. Let me know what you think about this issue, this what's going on with these police officers in this Fort Worth, Texas, county. It don't make sense. These people are getting murdered, and for no reason at all. It's just, they're not, they really need to be investigated, and they don't need to investigate their own because they can't. They need someone outside of them to investigate their own, because they're too crooked, and I strongly believe this is a lot of things going to come out of this, other than what's going on with these people getting murdered. Other things are going to come out about this police department because we found out that Amber Geiger was racist. Okay? And she was talking to a racist officer in her text. Okay? So, yeah. I strongly believe it's going to be a lot more. This story is not, it's not told. It's not finished. So, people, tell me what you think. Give me your opinions of what you think. I thought it was outlandish that she was on bail for like $300,000 bond. She shouldn't have been out on bail, But if anybody else, if it was a black man, he would have got locked up the first time that it happened, and they would not have gave him bail, So, and if he'd have lived for his trial, if they'd have gave him a trial, he would have got life. So, I strongly believe that the way this case was handled, it was racist. It was race was played a part in it. So let me know what you think, you guys. This is your girl. I will give you some more updates on what I find out, and I'll post some more videos for you guys. Talk to you soon.